Hello everyone, welcome to the session. Today's session is on essential VARC concepts, critical reasoning all areas. Now this is one area where a lot of you must be facing issues as to okay, how is an inference different from a conclusion? How is a logical flaw different from a weakening of an argument? What should be considered when we are attempting a bold-faced question? What are parallel reasoning questions? How important are critical reasoning questions and how do they figure in the examinations? So guys, in order to answer all your doubts, this video is going to play a very major role, because in this video we are going to look at all the 8 types of fundamental critical reasoning questions and topics. We're going to understand what goes into answering every topic and what is the difference between certain commonly confused topics or areas, right? So let's begin the session. Those who have not yet subscribed to the Cat for MBA channel, guys, I want you to immediately press the subscribe button and watch all the videos, attend all the sessions, be it live sessions or be it recorded sessions or be it the sessions which have already gone. Do check out the playlist, guys. Trust me, it's really going to help you out. For instance, even when it comes to the VARC section, refer before your CAT 2020 and as a preparation for your CAT 2021, I want all of you to go through the key essential videos. Which are those videos? Vocabulary week videos. All the root words from A to Z. Every single word, every single root word with a lot of examples explained. You would not require anything apart from that in order to prepare for vocabulary, CAT vocabulary. Similarly, the grammar week videos, the critical reasoning week videos, the para-based question week videos, all the basics, all the strategy videos, please make sure that you're going through them, and please make sure that you are watching them again and again to make sure that you're conversant with them. Those who are not already a part of the VARC prep group, do join in, guys. All the important links of all the sessions, all the guidance, all the help, all the important notifications, everything related to the CAT exam, related to not just CAT exam, SNAP, MAT, CAT, NMAT, any management exam that you could ever think of on Unacademy_Ritu Dudoria for your complete VRC preparation. So join the Telegram group Unacademy_Ritu Dudoria. But what is essential at this stage of your preparation is to take the Unacademy Plus subscription. One-time Plus subscription gives you access to all areas of preparation, be it VARC, be it LRDI, be it quantitative aptitude, be it general awareness, be it be it TIS, be it SNAP, be it GMAT, be it CMAT, whichever management entrance exam, whichever module you're looking for, hundreds of educators reaching out to you and delivering the best content, the most curated practice exercises, the most curated explanations, all on Unacademy Plus. So guys, what are you waiting for? Take the Plus subscription only using the code Ritu MBA. Don't forget to apply the code Ritu MBA. My name and our goal. Ritu MBA code will give you 10% off on the very important Plus subscription. So choose the plan that best works out for you and take the subscription only using the code Ritu MBA. Attend the special classes. Do not miss out on the special classes, guys. Very important, free live special classes on the Unacademy Learning app. Watch the previous Plus courses, RC, CR, Para Summary, Para Completion, Para Jumble, Odd One Out, Detailed Practice Exercise, Advanced Practice Exercise. Watch all of these Plus courses, guys, to make sure that you're prepped, completely prepared for CAT 2020, and there is no question in the CAT 2020 exam which will take you off guard. ये तो हमने किया है, अरे ये तो easy है, ये बोलना चाहिए और आपको ये सोचना चाहिए, right? So enroll now, guys, for the ongoing Plus course. Come on, let's begin with the session. So now when it comes to critical reasoning, these are the 8 key areas in critical reasoning. You have assumptions, conclusion, inference, strengthening and weakening of argument, logical flaw, parallel reasoning, paradox, and boldface. Now, what is the difference between these key areas and what goes into answering all of these questions? We're going to look at with each, one example for each of these types, but let's get a brief understanding of what these areas entail. Now, when you look at assumption, guys, what is an assumption, right? In our life, every day, every single day, we make hundreds of assumptions. What is an assumption? Assumption is basically looking at something from your perspective, according to you. It may be true, it may not be true. Now, what is an assumption? Let's understand certain basic features. Now, point number 1. Assumption is always implied. When I say it's always implied, that means assumption is never stated in a question. So see, when you look at critical reasoning, you basically have to understand what are the components of a CR argument. Now, this is the first step. Before we come to assumptions, conclusion, inference, strengthening, weakening, logical flaw in detail, first understand the first step that I want all of you to perform whenever you look at a critical reasoning question, or whenever you look at a CR question in an RC as well, is break down the fact, separate the fact from the opinion or the main argument. So you would be given a question, you would be given a prompt, you would be given an excerpt. From that, you have to separate the fact from the opinion or the argument. Why? When I say fact, guys, fact could be any survey findings, fact could be any examples given, fact could be any data given, fact could be any known established fact mentioned. So separate the fact from the author's opinion, the author's conclusion, the author's opinion, the author's advice, the author's suggestion. Why? Why should you separate this? Because if you do not do this, you're going to make one of the most classic errors that students end up making. Whenever you strengthen, whenever you weaken, whenever you find the logical flaw, whenever you apply parallel reasoning, whenever you think of, चाहे वो inference हो, assumption हो, कुछ भी हो, guys, it is always based on the author's opinion or the argument. The fact is absolute, the fact is untouchable. मतलब उसको हमको touch नहीं करना है. You do not have to add to it, you do not have to strengthen it, you cannot weaken it. Fact is a fact. So whatever treatment you do, whatever treatment you apply, has to be applied to the opinion or the argument. This is the first step, and that's why students go wrong. See guys, you have to understand कि critical reasoning में जो options आते हैं, for example, there are 4 options, A, B, C, D. Let's say it's a strengthening question. You will find one option which is strengthening the fact. You will find one option which is strengthening the argument. You will find one option which is irrelevant, or you can say it is out of context. You can find one option which is weakening. So this is the classic, combination that generally comes, and students also get confused. I'm sure you must have heard it, or you must have experienced it, or you must have said it as well, कि 2 ऑप्शन तो यार एलिमिनेट हो जाते हैं, पर वो जो बाकी के 2 ऑप्शंस है ना, वहां आके बात अटक जाती है. So which are the 2 options which you can easily eliminate? I'm sure you can eliminate C and D very easily. Strengthening का क्वेश्चन है तो weaken तो करना ही नहीं है. Irrelevant तो वैसे ही फेवरेट है स्टूडेंट्स का एलिमिनेट करने के लिए, तो C and D तो आर एनीवे आउट. नाउ बचता है A और B. ना इसमें कंफ्यूजन होता है, आप लोग सोचते हो अरे दोनों स्ट्रेंथन कर रहे हैं, फिर कौन सा चूज करे. सो मिस्टेक यहां हो जाती है कि यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट इट्स नॉट अबाउट स्ट्रेंथनिंग द फैक्ट. Subconsciously you must have made this error multiple times and you would not have realized it. तो हमारे क्लासेस में जो CR वीक में भी किया है और जो आगे भी करेंगे, you will understand कि ये difference कितना important है. So remember guys, the option which strengthens the fact or which weakens the fact or which finds out a flaw in the fact, that cannot be your answer option. Fact को बिल्कुल भी touch तक नहीं करना है. Fact is absolute. All you have to do is to the argument. So that is how the elimination process works. See, whenever you feel that you get stuck between 2 options, there is a reason why that happens, and every question has a different method of resolving that problem. अगर para completion में आप बोलोगे कि मैम हम लोग 2 options में अटक जाते हैं, then I will tell you, look at the preceding sentence, look at the succeeding sentence, look at the placement of the option in the question. ये देखो कि इस author ने ये लिखा होगा या नहीं. अगर पैरा समरी है and you say we got stuck between 2 options, I will tell you check for the distortion, मतलब कोई मीनिंग तो चेंज नहीं हो रहा है. टेक अ मोर होलिस्टिक ऑप्शन, कंपेयर, एलिमिनेट करो. क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग में जब बात आती है, आरसी में जब बात आती है, एंड यू टेल मैम आई एम स्टक बिटवीन 2 ऑप्शंस, I will tell you guys, please understand the author's opinion. Please understand the author's argument. That is key. Critical reasoning और RC में opinion और argument पकड़ना key है. Okay, so this is the first step that you're all going to do. I'm sure this 15 minutes of me stressing on this, has gone into your, it's driven home the point that how important differentiating the fact from the opinion is. Okay, so now let's understand what is an assumption. So fact दिया हो सकता है, opinion argument दिया हो सकता है. Assumption is never stated. Assumption is never explicit. Assumption is always implied. That's why sometimes assumption questions are also framed as which of the following is implied or which of the following is implicit according to the passage. So implied है मतलब कभी भी stated नहीं होता है. Now what is an assumption? See, for example, your friend tells you कि this year, you ask your friend one personality, living or dead, whom you want to meet if given a choice. Your friend says, I want to meet Superman. So your friend is making an assumption that Superman exists or existed. आपके लिए Superman might be fictional and exists only on TV. But for your friend, any living or dead real life character which you want to meet, real life person which you want to meet, and your friend says Superman, तो उसका assumption ये है कि Superman exists. Now, is this the reality? No. But according to your friend, from your friend's perspective, this is an assumption. Okay, this is his perspective, this is his opinion, this is his mindset. Assumption is basically your basis of making an argument. वो assumption होता है. आप argument दे रहे हो कि मुझे सुपरमैन से मिलना है. Your basis is कि सुपरमैन exists. You do not state this because it's understood. अगर ये बोल रहा है कि इसे सुपरमैन से मिलना है तो इसके मुताबिक, according to him, इसके अनुसार, according to his perspective, his thought is originating from the base ki Superman exists. So assumption is basically in a question, why is it implied? The author did not want to waste his ink on it. He thought that ki readers will understand. Readers ko samajh aa jayega ye point. Now I have started this video and speaking to all of you in English. My assumption is ki all of you know English. I did not ask you. I did not, this is my assumption. This is my perspective. Now, some of you might know it, some of you might not know it, but my assumption is if you're attempting a CR question in CAT exam, you would know the basics of English. This is my assumption. Reality alag ho sakti hai, but this is my assumption. So, all of us in our day-to-day life, we make assumptions. Now, if I tell you, guys, I will meet you all tomorrow. What is my assumption there? A, I will live. B, you will live. C, this platform will survive. D, the world will survive. So assumptions, there is no limit to making assumptions. Some assumptions could be immediate assumptions. Some assumptions could be far-fetched assumptions. But it is my perspective. Now, I have not stated, ki guys, if you and I live tomorrow, we will meet tomorrow. I don't have to state ki if you and I live tomorrow. That I feel that the reader will, the audience will understand. तो वो assumption होता है. It is the basis for my argument which I have not stated क्योंकि मुझे अपने audience के समझदारी पे trust है. So I have left it to them. I have taken it for granted that they will understand it. That's why I have not wasted my ink or my breath stating it. So that is called as an assumption. Clear? Assumption need not be the reality. Assumption need not be logical all the time. Assumptions can be illogical. वो Superman वाला completely illogical था. So assumptions can be illogical, assumptions can be logical, assumptions can be real, assumptions can be unreal, assumptions can be practical, they can be impractical, whatever. It is your perspective. मतलब आपकी सोच है. और उसके basis पे you give recommendations, you give conclusions, you make arguments. So what I want you to understand over here is a very important point कि when you get an assumption question, how do you answer it? When you look at a CR question, I told you कि fact है और argument है और opinion है. Fact, what is stated, है ना, वो question में दिया है. Now, what is assumption? Assumption is basically unstated information. Unstated है. But this stated plus this unstated will give your final argument. Did you understand that? So, जो stated होता है वो mentioned है, वो explicit है. ओपिनियन, आर्ग्यूमेंट, ऑथर का कंक्लूजन मेंशन हो सकता है. अब इसके बीच का जो गैप है, व्हाट इज लेफ्ट अनस्टेटेड, व्हाट द ऑथर हैज टेकन फॉर ग्रांटेड दैट हिज रीडर्स वुड हैव अंडरस्टूड, व्हाट द ऑथर इज नॉट वेस्टेड हिज एफर्ट और ब्रेथ ऑन, इज द assumption. It is unstated or it is implied. That is called as an assumption. Okay, so I hope this is clear, guys. Everyone, ये आपको समझ में आ गया है. Now, let us understand what is a conclusion and how is a conclusion different from an inference. Now, conclusion. Now, conclusion could be given in the question. But see, guys, conclusion is basically, you can also see, many students tell कि conclusion एक ही होता है, inference multiple हो सकते हैं. I agree, inference can be multiple. But what you conclude from a paragraph also could be multiple. basic guideline that I want you to remember for conclusion is something which is 100% true or which is definite according to the passage, not reality agar yahan par bhi, but which is 100% true or which is definite according to the passage. Okay, that is called as your conclusion. For example, if I say that there are two people, okay, Mr. and Mrs. Verma, they are celebrating 50 years of their marriage anniversary on a grand scale, okay, by calling all near and dear ones, मतलब सारे friends families को मिलाकर all near and dear ones, they are celebrating their marriage anniversary with all COVID precautions, of course. So Mr. and Mrs. Verma are celebrating the golden jubilee of their marriage on a grand scale by calling all near and dear ones. Now, one option says they lead a happy married life. Therefore, you can conclude that they lead a happy married life. Can this be a conclusion? No, this cannot be a conclusion because this is not 100% true according to the data given. You cannot say 100% that they lead a happy married life. Maybe they're they're throwing this party or itna pomp and show or itna aplomb is because of some just to convince or just to show off or for some whatever reason. But you cannot say 100% ki they lead a happy married life. But can this be an inference? Yes, it can be an inference. How can it be an inference? Grand scale, all near and dear ones, celebrating. The word celebration itself means happiness. But this is an inference. It's not a conclusion. Why? Inference can involve assumptions. Conclusion has no assumptions involved. Whatever you directly get from the data, whatever you directly get from the conclusion as definite or as 100% true is the conclusion. Inference can involve assumptions. Infer is what you have figured out. जब आप movie देखते हो, okay, जब आप book पढ़ते हो, then you infer certain things about the character. ठीक है, I think कि इसने ये dialogue, इस character ने ये dialogue इसलिए बोला होगा क्योंकि he might be feeling this particular emotion, उसको बुरा लगा होगा. All of these are your inferences. They involve a little bit of your assumptions. Are they 100% true? No, they are not 100% true. They can involve your assumptions. Okay, so this is the main difference between a conclusion and an inference. Now, one question that a lot of students ask, so ma'am, all conclusion can be inferences, all inferences cannot be conclusion, या all conclusions. So ये point ना guys, ये देखो, basically what you have to remember is कि inferences, ये inference हो गया और suppose आपका एक circle हो गया conclusion का. Now, conclusion is 100% true. Can inferences also be 100% true? Yes. So, inference, see, so basically all conclusions, can they be inferences? All inferences, can they be conclusion? ये सब चक्कर में हमको पढ़ना ही नहीं है. So, neither am I good at Venn diagrams, neither I don't know if you are good at Venn diagrams. You should be, but I'm not. So, don't confuse yourself in this angle. बस ये समझो, हर this do you understand कि conclusion is something which is 100% true or which is definite. Inference can involve assumptions. Inference is something which is most, what you can say is it's most probably true. It is most probably true. It's not like you're making a wild guess ki 50-50 it could go this way. No. According to the data, celebration. Now, when I say, okay, suppose वो celebration का example जो मैंने आपको दिया था Mr. and Mrs. Verma का, if I say that they do not lead a happy married life, now that cannot be an inference because that's not most probably true. Correct. So inference is something which is most probably true. And conclusion is something which is definite. Can an inference also be 100% true? But it can also involve assumptions. Okay. So inference is either which is most probably true or definitely true. But conclusion is something which is definitely true or 100% true. Simple. ओके सो ये तीन हमको समझ में आ चुका है ना. इन तीनों में गाइस ऑल्सो अंडरस्टैंड कि आपको कॉन्टेक्स्ट देखना पड़ेगा पैसेज का एंड डोंट गो टू आउट ऑफ द वे, डोंट गिव टू मेनी एडिशनल फैक्ट्स. मतलब थोड़ा कॉन्टेक्स्ट के विद इन, द ब्रॉड कॉन्टेक्स्ट के विद इन ही रहना है. Now, what is strengthening of argument and what is weakening of argument? Very commonly asked questions, guys. CR as an area is very, very essential. Even if you do not get separate CR questions, you tell me, ma'am, we've not seen CR questions separately. But guys, dummy, I would call you a dummy in that case, because RC may almost, guys, if there are 24 questions in a reading comprehension, at least 18 to 20 would be of the CR type. So this is basically your RC itself. मतलब RC का इतना important part है ये. So all of us have to focus. I'm sure you all have come across questions on strengthening of argument. I'm sure you all have come across questions on weakening of argument. I'm sure you all have come across questions, of course, which can be inferred from the passage. Which of the following is an assumption of the author? So these are all nothing but your RC question types. आप इसको critical reasoning बोल लो, आप उसको RC question type बोल लो. So what is strengthening and what is weakening of argument? Now, in strengthening of argument, again, it's very important, guys, to focus on the word argument. Point number one, whatever you do, whether you strengthen or whether you weaken, whatever the question asks you to do, you have to do it to the argument, not the fact. तो पहले तो fact को differentiate करना है from the argument. Okay, this is step number one. Now, understand what is the author's argument. Is he in favor of the topic? Is he against the topic? Suppose author बोल रहा है this law should not be, this bill should not be passed. So he's against the bill. The bill should be passed. He's in favor of the bill. So first, mainly understand what is the author's opinion. Is he in favor of it? Is he against it? जरूरी नहीं हमेशा author का opinion हो. Some critics' opinion might be there. Some, any persons whose ever opinion they're asking you to strengthen or weaken. Now, if the author is in favor and it's a strengthening question, you have to give additional reason. Additional, ये word important है. Strengthen करना है means you have to make it stronger. How will you make it stronger? Not by stating what is already mentioned. Some data, some evidence, some fact is already mentioned. It should not be a restatement. You have to make it stronger. How do you make it stronger? By giving additional information, by giving additional data, by giving additional reasons in favor. If the author is against, you give additional reasons, additional evidence, additional scenarios to prove that देखो ये bill favorable नहीं है, इस situation में नहीं applicable होगा. So this additional reason point is very important. So when it comes to strengthening and weakening, first point, separate the fact from the argument. Argument को strengthen करना है. So strengthen means stronger. So avoid restatements. And also remember, guys, key in these questions, it is very important to focus on not just this, quantifiers. What are quantifiers? Please start focusing on words like more, some, all, few, less, very, everywhere, somewhere. So ये जो words है which define or which expand or which limit the context, इन वर्ड्स पे हमको बहुत ज्यादा फोकस करना पड़ता है because they help us eliminate answer options only. Now that does not mean you eliminate answer option whichever it has only. No, just become extra cautious whenever you come across quantifiers. Okay, so see the author's argument, see the author's opinion. If it is in favor, tone is positive, select an option which adds to that positive tone. If it's negative, select an option which adds to the negative tone. Okay, then weakening question is what is a problem. Now what happens in a weakening question, guys? The first, again, separate the fact from the argument. Now, idhar hi one extra step I want you to add in the process of working out. CR and RC is all about the approach and the process that you follow. So argument, if you feel that the author is in favor of it, तो आप immediately उसका उल्टा करके लिख दो, okay, we have to select an option which is against it. Now you search for an option which is against it. So whatever is the author's opinion or argument, you reverse that. The reversal is what you have. अगर author बोल रहा है कि ये bill pass होना चाहिए, this bill should be passed, you have to select an option which shows a flaw in the bill or which shows कि नहीं ये bill pass नहीं होना चाहिए, it will not work out in this scenario, it will be unfavorable for these sections of the society, some reason which goes against what the author has said. So, but for that, वो reversal का line बना लो या अपने मन में रख लो. The author says, hence, this bill should be passed as soon as possible. उल्टा. the bill should not be passed. Then select an option which says the bill should not be passed. If you do that reversal, then this question becomes very, very easy for you. But all critical reasoning questions can be only answered through elimination method. Now, one important variation which comes in strengthening and weakening questions is this. What is that variation? Now, you get a strengthening or a weakening question. Sometimes they give you the word except. Which of the following strengthen the argument except? Which of the following weaken the argument except? Now, suppose the question is, okay, let's assume that the question is strengthens except. Okay, the question says which of the following strengthens the argument except. Now, what students do is they think ठीक है exception मतलब strengthen the argument except मतलब weaken करना है. No, this is where you go wrong. Now, strengthen the argument except means there are going to be 4 options, correct? A might be strengthening, B might be strengthening, D might be strengthening. You have to select the exception or the odd one out, which can be either weakening or be irrelevant. Irrelevant option का भी यहाँ पे आपको सोच के चलना पड़ेगा. So strengthens except means which, see, every argument can be categorized into 3 categories. Either it strengthens, it weakens, it is irrelevant, okay, or out of context, restatement, irrelevant. Strengthens except मतलब strengthen को छोड़ के बाकी सब कुछ. So it can weaken or it can be irrelevant. Similarly, weakening except means it could be strengthening or be irrelevant. Very important point to note. Okay, clear guys? But main चक्कर यहाँ पे यही है कि please fact और argument को separate कर देना. Okay, now let's come to the next one, logical flaw. Now, a lot of students have a confusion कि weakening और logical flaw में फर्क क्या है? What is the difference between weakening of argument? What is the difference between weakening of argument and logical flaw? This difference, what is the difference? Now, I'll explain the difference. So, no. Now, let's look at an example. Let's look at 2 scenarios. Okay, there is a fact, there is an argument. This argument makes sense according to the fact. Okay, let's take the bill wala example here, which we've been taking. Okay, the author says that the bill, fact me, he lists down some negative features of the bill, and therefore he says the bill should not be passed. The bill should not be passed. Okay, he has listed out some negative features of the bill and he says therefore the bill should not be passed. Now, ye argument is supported by the fact. So fact and argument. The argument looks logical fact के basis पर. मतलब fact is also talking about the negative features, तो बनता है कि the bill should not be passed. So fact and argument match. The fact leads to the argument. Fact supports the argument correctly. एक दूसरा सिचुएशन ये है कि there is some information. Okay, for example, let's take this example. Let us say the author talks about the sales of pizzas versus dosas, okay, in the year, let's say 19 and 20. Okay, the author says 19 or 20 में pizzas का जो increase है in the sales of pizzas, that has increased by let's say 20%. Whereas dosas का जो increase है, that has been only 1%. 19 से 20 में pizzas का जो sales है, that has increased by 20%, whereas dosas has increased only by 1%. The author says, therefore, pizzas are consumed more than dosas. He says pizza का consumption is more than dosas. Okay, so ये fact दिया गया है and this is the author's argument or this is the author's conclusion. Now, is the conclusion valid according to the fact? Does the fact completely support the conclusion? Does the fact lead to the conclusion? No. Why? Why no? Because let us say in the year 19, pizzas ka sales was only 10 pizzas. Now in the year 20, 20% increase hua hai. So it has become 12 pizzas. Whereas dosas was already 1000 dosas. अब वो 1% इंक्रीज हुआ है, दैट मीन्स इट हैज बिकम 1010. Which is consumed more? Dosas are consumed more. Dosas are consumed more. Now, only on the basis of percentage, you cannot say pizzas are consumed more than dosas. You need actual numbers. You need either the base value or you need the final value. You need the actual numbers. Either base value चाहिए हमको या final value चाहिए. So, in this question, the fact is not supporting the conclusion. और fact और conclusion के बीच में some gap है, some variance है, some mismatch है. यहाँ पे fact clearly supports the argument. यहाँ पे fact और argument और opinion के बीच में थोड़ा सा mismatch है. Now you would have understood which is a flaw question. This will become a flaw question. Flaw में आपको ढूंढना है कि why or how the argument cannot be drawn from the fact or the information provided. What has the author failed to consider? What has the author missed out? What has the author not seen? What has the author not understood? How is his conclusion hasty? How is his conclusion illogical? How is his conclusion not accurate or not correct according to the given information? वो फ्लॉ होता है. तो वो डिस्क्रिपेंसी निकालना, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज अ फ्लॉ. बट वीकनिंग में वी आर नॉट सेइंग दैट द आर्ग्यूमेंट इज फ्लॉड. वी आर नॉट सेइंग दैट द आर्ग्यूमेंट इज रॉन्ग. द आर्ग्यूमेंट कुड बी राइट. The argument could be logical according to the data which is provided, but we just have to give a reason against it. We are just debating ki theek hai, you are saying these reasons, but look, I am saying this reason. You're giving additional reason which goes against it. Did you understand the difference? In flaw, there is a flaw. मतलब कोई wrong है question में. Argument is not correct. Argument is not logical. Argument is illogical. Argument, the author has missed out something. The author has not taken something into consideration. फैक्ट और ओपिनियन के बीच में मिसमैच है. इस गैप को ऑथर ने फैक्ट को ठीक से समझा नहीं है. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज अ लॉजिकल फ्लॉ. Okay, so I'm sure now this is clear. What is the difference between weakening and logical flaw? Now, there are different types of logical fallacies, guys, which I've discussed in the special class. आपको hasty generalization है, Strawman's argument है, slippery slope fallacy है, red herring fallacy है. So please watch the class. It's a special class. I've posted the link of the class also on unacademy_Ritu Dudhoria के group में. Go to my profile on Unacademy app, learning app, Ritu Dudhoria. और जितने भी previous classes है, there is a class called fallacies, logical fallacies, class called eponyms, mythologic. So जितने भी special classes है, guys, especially strategy based special classes है, please watch them out. Okay, right. So I'm sure this is clear now. So flaw मतलब flaw है. The author fact और conclusion match नहीं करता है, तो वो हमको flaw निकालना है वहां पे. But again, one more thing to remember here is, guys, please find out the flaw only in the argument. You cannot select an option which says, then you will definitely find one option बोलेगा कि नहीं 19 और 20 के बीच में pizzas का sales 20% नहीं increase किया. The sales of pizzas did not go up by 20%. You cannot select that as an option because that is finding out a flaw in the fact. Fact तो जो दिया है वो correct है, वो करेक्ट है. डू नॉट टच दैट. डू नॉट फ्लॉ और डू नॉट वीकन और डू नॉट स्ट्रेंथन द फैक्ट. आई एम सेइंग दिस अगेन एंड अगेन एंड अगेन. So it's very important. Always find a flaw with the argument. Find a flaw with the opinion. Weaken the opinion. Strengthen the opinion. Clear? So I hope these questions till here you're all sorted. Okay. Now आता है parallel reasoning, paradox and boldface. Now this is purely an application question. ये प्योरली एक एप्लीकेशन बेस्ड क्वेश्चन है. व्हाट इज पैरेलल रीजनिंग? नाउ दीज क्वेश्चंस आर वेरी फ्रीक्वेंट, गाइस, इन द कैट एग्जाम. 2017 में भी काफी क्वेश्चंस आ चुके हैं. मॉक्स में काफी क्वेश्चंस आप देखते होंगे इस टाइप के. व्हाट इज अ पैरेलल रीजनिंग क्वेश्चन? Parallel reasoning question is, you have to find out the reasoning of the reasoning, the main logic, the main reasoning in the question, and you have to say which option comes as close as possible to the above reasoning, matching the reasoning. But you have to be prepared for the fact that question may be something else, options may be something else. You have to say which comes closest to the reasoning of the passage. Which comes closest to the reasoning of the passage. For example, if the passage says, Okay, अगर passage बोल रहा है, okay, let us say that the passage says कि okay, I will cheat, I will break the contract. I will break the contract because if I don't do it first, the other party will do it. Again, I will break the contract. Because if I don't do it first, the other party will do it. That means you have to find out the logical skeleton. So you have to see कि author is saying मैं पहले नहीं करूंगा तो कोई और पहले कर लेगा. That is why he is justifying doing something wrong. So you have to select an option which gives you the same logic or which gives you the same reasoning. You have to select an option. It may not necessarily be about contract. It can be about something else. It can be even a child saying that I'm going to break this rule. Because if I'm not going to break the rule, the other opponent is going to break the rule. So passage can be about a contract. The option can be about children. Particulars are not important. The logic or the reasoning of it is important. Okay, so the very common question that I give in this as an example, because it hits, you see guys, it's always important to remember this one classic example. That is why, the giving you many examples, showing you, we'll solve many questions, but there's always this one example that I want it to hit you, or that I want it to strike you the minute you see parallel reasoning. So a standard example which I always give and which most of you have heard and from me is this, and this is a cat question guys, so I'm reiterating it क्योंकि ये example आप एक example पकड़ लोगे ना, so that one example will help you to understand the concept and it will also help you to apply it to any question that you come across. So there was a cat passage which talked about language, that language is inherent in human nature. What do you mean by language is inherent in human nature? Language is something very natural. Language is something which is very, very inborn in human nature. So language is inherent in human nature. Now, there were 4 options based on this. Okay, there were 4 options based on this. The first one says a dog learning to jump over a fence. A dog, sorry, one second. Sorry. Not dog. Fark nahi padta, but still let's be accurate. Okay, a cat learning to jump over a fence. Second option says a horse training or a horse running a derby race. Okay, third option said honeybee collecting nectar. Honeybee collecting nectar. Okay, and the last option of the question said dog guarding its owner's property. Dog guarding property. Now, which one has the same reasoning? The passage says language is inherent in human nature. When I say inherent, it is inborn, it is natural. Which of these abilities is natural? Cat learning is not natural. Horse derby race में horse को training दी जाती है, it is not natural. Dog guarding its owner's property, it has to be conditioned, na? It becomes conditioned or trained, it's not natural. Agar aaj you adopt a puppy and you get it home, it will not start guarding your property. Honeybee collecting nectar, that's natural. Nobody teaches it to do it. It's an inherent ability, it's an innate ability, or it's a natural ability. So passage was about humans, but one option is about cat, horse, dog, honeybee. No connection in the particulars, no connection in the details, but connection in the logic. So as close as possible in logic, in structure, in skeleton, in context to the original question. Correct? So that is parallel reasoning, purely an application question, and you will come across it many times. So it's a very frequently asked question. Okay, let's come to the 7th type now. What is the meaning of a paradox? Okay, what is the meaning of a paradox? Now, paradox basically means contradiction. Okay, there is some sort of contradiction. It's to be specific, guys. Paradox is contradiction, matlab cause and effect mein. For example, there is a positive cause, but that has led to a negative effect. Or there is a negative cause, but that has led to a positive effect. Okay. For example, guys, there is a product X. Okay, product X. It has been found by scientists that product X contains certain harmful chemicals. Okay, scientists ने publish की है अपनी एक नई research कि product X contains certain harmful chemicals and that's why it should not be consumed. But it was noted that there was no change. There was no change in sales of product X. That is why it was noted that there was no change in sales of product X. How is that possible? हार्मफुल केमिकल्स है तो लोगों को तो स्टॉप कर देना चाहिए प्रोडक्ट एक्स परचेज करना, पर यहाँ दिया है कि देयर वाज नो चेंज इन द सेल्स ऑफ प्रोडक्ट एक्स. नाउ हाउ प्रोडक्ट एक्स, हाउ इज दिस पॉसिबल? So what is this? This is called as a contradiction. This is called as, something does not, it goes contradictory. So you have to either, you get two types of questions. You either have to find out the paradox. You have to point the paradox. आपको point करना है कि ठीक है, which part of the passage is paradoxical, or you have to resolve the paradox. Resolve the paradox मतलब choose an option which gives you a justification कि ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है. Choose an option which gives you the justification कि ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है. Harmful chemicals है फिर भी no change. Why? What could be the reason behind it? So this is called as a paradox question. Okay, for example, the passage says कि let's take a similar example. Okay, let's take certain examples. So the passage says कि there is a bumper harvest of crops. अच्छा crop season गया है बहुत, but still farmers are committing suicide. Now why are farmers? अच्छा harvest है, they should be very happy, they should be reaping profits, they should be jumping with joy, but why are they committing suicide? क्यों? Why? Resolve this. क्या हो गया कि harvest bumper है, still farmers are committing suicide? Probably because they are not getting the price. क्योंकि हार्वेस्ट ज्यादा है, मतलब हार्वेस्ट अच्छी थी, मतलब सप्लाई ज्यादा हो गई, एंड व्हेन सप्लाई इंक्रीजेस वी ऑल नो प्राइसेस फॉल, बिकॉज supply is more than the demand, so prices will fall, and they're not getting what they should get for this produce, and that is why they're committing suicide. Okay, everyone, all the shopkeepers, let's say all the shopkeepers have received, all the shopkeepers went ahead and bought green crackers for Diwali sales. उनको sale करना था green crackers because green is environment friendly, and it was allowed and all of that. They all went and bought green crackers, and at a good price and early and all of that. But still now these shopkeepers, they have to shut shop. क्यों? उन्होंने तो क्रैकर्स खरीद लिए, but then why do they have to shut shop? Because resolve करो, why? Because crackers of any form have been banned in certain states. तो वो आपको resolve करना पड़ेगा paradox. Did you understand that? So there is something going to be contradictory. Positive cause, negative effect, negative cause, positive effect. You have to say, why is this happening? You have to resolve that paradox. You have to either justify it. Justify का मतलब है explain it. You have to explain why is it happening. You have to resolve it. You have to basically find out the reason कि ऐसा क्यों हुआ है. Okay. And the last question, guys, is called as boldface. What is boldface? Again, you would have come across this in a lot of mocks, especially, RCs में. A passage is given or a paragraph is given. 2 lines of the passage. 1 line भी हो सकता है. I'll explain that 1 line factor. 2 lines in the passage are given in bold. You have to find out what is the relation between the bold statements. Okay, what is the relation? I'll show you a pattern of that question. 1 minute. Let's see. Yeah. Sorry, here. So see, if you look at this, this is a passage or this is a paragraph. 2 sections of this paragraph, 2 sections of this passage have been given in bold. You have to understand what is the relationship between these 2 bold faces. What role or the 2 bold face play which of the following roles? Now see, so you have to understand, this is the main conclusion. This is the main assumption. Both are contradicting each other. So what is the role played? For example, look at the option. The first provide evidence. The first provides evidence. The second states the conclusion. The first is a generalization. So what is the role played? The first is an assumption. The first is a conclusion. The first is an inference. The first is the main conclusion. The first is a premise. The first is a generalization. The first is a fact. What is that? What is the role played by the first and the second bold face? Now, it's not necessary that you get 2 bold faces. Sometimes it can be just 1 bold face, and they can ask you what is the role of that bold face with respect to the whole paragraph P. So this is basically called as a bold-faced question. Very frequently, you will come across this question as well. So guys, now critical reasoning is a very essential area. Critical reasoning, why? Because जैसे मैंने आपको बोला कि out of 24 questions from an RC, almost 16, 18, 20 questions even can be of critical reasoning in nature. So it is very crucial and important for us to focus on these areas. It's very important for us to practice more of these questions in order to make sure. So once your CR is strong, nobody can stop you from acing RCs. That's why even in my plus courses and even in our classes, you will see that my initial focus always is to focus your basics in CR. तो अगर CR strong हो जाएगा तो RC को आपको कोई नहीं रोक सकता है. And those who have been facing कि अरे RC में accuracy नहीं आ रही है, so guys you have to go back to this session, you have to go back to the drawing board और आपको ये समझना पड़ेगा कि exactly what goes into answering each of these questions. ठीक है? So this was a concept class guys. Watch out for the video on the practice exercise also. हम लोग एक question लेंगे of all of these types and we are going to solve them and we are going to set things to right. Okay? So guys, see you in the next class. And I want all of you to attend the classes, check out the playlist, press the like button, share button, subscribe button, rewatch the videos as long as these concepts are clear. If you have any doubts, guys, always there, join the group unacademy_Ritu Dudoria. Take the plus subscription, guys. Every 4th session of ours is a doubt solving session. In detail explanation of all these areas with a lot of examples, with a lot of PYQs, with a lot of variations. कैसे ये questions आ सकते हैं examination में, जितनी help आपको चाहिए. Who said VARC is just about reading the newspaper, right? Who said VARC is all about understanding the passage clear? No, even if you do not understand every little detail of the passage, still you can crack RCs. You just need the right technique and the right approach. So for that technique and approach, I want to see all of you in the classes. Take the plus subscription. Use the code RITUMBA. You get 10% off. Like, share, subscribe, and do not forget to use the code RITUMBA. So I'll see you for the next class, for the practice class on CR concepts. Ye concept class tha, practice class mein I'll meet you soon. Take care everyone and have a great day. Bye-bye.